Hey, what's up everybody? This is Chris Kunz, buyer's agent with the Rich Casino Real Estate Group. Thank you for being here for another episode of Real Estate Simplified. Today's episode, I'm gonna dive deeper into what you can expect during the inspection contingency period. So as a buyer, once you're able to get into escrow, you have something that's called your inspection contingency in place. This contingency is in place to protect you as a buyer while you do your research and vet the property. So not only are you going to get information about the property and its condition in terms of inspections and reports, but you're also going to be receiving things like seller disclosures, which is the seller's knowledge about the property, any issues that they may be aware of, and also including any improvements that they've made to the property during their ownership. Once you get your offer accepted, I'm going to recommend that you order the whole slew of inspections that you can. Now you have the option to choose which inspections you would like to order. Typically, I'm recommending to my buyers that we get all these inspections done because it's better to have an all-encompassing understanding of a property before you decide to move forward and close escrow on it. So the inspections that I usually recommend are a home inspection, a pest inspection, a roof inspection, an HVAC inspection, a sewer inspection, a pool inspection, and a chimney inspection. The last two you may not need, but the other five we really recommend that you do get, because at the end of the day, we can use this information to go back to the seller and either ask for certain items to be addressed as a credit towards your closing costs or as a repair. You have an option as to how you would like to go about it. Different situations call for different strategies. We can always talk about how to put you in the strongest competitive position possible as a buyer at that point in time. Now, what sort of things can you expect to get credits or repairs for? You have to look at upgrades versus repairs. Sellers typically are not going to do upgrades to a property. Repairs are usually a more reasonable request. And really, when we're speaking with sellers on the flip side, we ask them, is this a reasonable request by a reasonable buyer? If the answer is yes, then typically we recommend to our sellers that they work with that request. At the end of the day, the seller's not going to deliver to you a brand new property, but there are certain expectations that go back and forth between buyer and seller that present reasonable repairs that either should be addressed actually by having those repairs done or giving you a credit towards your closing costs so that you can do those repairs at your leisure once you move into the property. Now, you may be asking, Chris, what if the negotiations go south? What if we're unable to get what we want out of the seller? You have the right to exercise your contingency, the inspection contingency that you have in place, remove yourself from the deal, and you recoup your earnest money deposit. Now, understand there is going to be a sunk cost in terms of the inspections, and depending on how many you get, you can spend anywhere from $300 to up to $1,200. It just depends on how many inspections you want done and how many inspection areas need to be addressed, right? If there's pool and chimney, obviously that's going to add to your bottom line at the end of the day. Remember, it's better to spend that money up front and have a full, all-encompassing understanding of the property before moving forward than to close escrow, move into the property, and find out that you have all of these lingering issues afterwards. So that's the reason that we recommend to our buyers that they get the whole slew of inspections. And ultimately, it's your decision to make at the end of the day. Just like it's your decision to make as to what credits or repairs you would like to ask for. My job is to make sure that I'm giving you as much information as possible and that I'm setting the appropriate expectations. And so that's why I talk to my buyers about upgrades versus repairs. Is this a reasonable request by a reasonable buyer? So I hope that gives you a better understanding of the inspection contingency process. If you like this video, please drop a like on it, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate those that have already subscribed to it. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys being here. Hopefully we'll see everybody soon. Take care.